Hello everyone, welcome to Engineering Explained channel. Here I am going to discuss cost comparison of petrol and electric scooters. Whenever anyone wants to buy a scooter, he is in confusion of that whether to buy the petrol scooter or electric scooters. The one thing, main important consideration, that is a cost comparison. The cost includes the initial cost, maintenance cost, and the fuel cost. Here I am going to discuss the comparison of all the three costs and total cost to the ownership. Kindly subscribe Engineering Explain channel. If you have already subscribed, kindly share and comment. That the buying guide for the petrol and electric scooters, from this you may have. Here the electric versus pollution scooter, you can see the electric scooter is producing no pollution and the petrol scooter producing the pollution. And this consideration comes in the urban areas, in the metropolitan city, particularly in the northern cities like the Delhi. The pollution is very important matter. There the electric scooter plays a very important role for as a transportation. Even though if you use the electrical vehicle as a car and other also matters very much. And that is the one factor where we are going to use it. The another factor, the purpose of using and the travel distance, all these things we need to consider. Usually the range of the electric scooters will be 60 to 70 kilometer. The some scooter will be around 80 also. And that range keeping in mind and the cost of the electricity and the petrol, all these things, the travel plan based on that, you have to choose the second factor. The third one, what it is, that the cost comparison. The cost comparison here I am going to take, and there the total cost of ownership for the 5 years I am going to discuss here. And here we are going to consider the cost of the unit electricity is 10 per unit electricity. Usually it is vary from the 5 to 8 in the rural areas. In the urban it will be around 10. And the petrol cost per liter will be 100. The average cost that state to state it will be changing. The electricity also changing the state to state. The average cost here we have considered. Here, the note is taken. Normal users won't have replaced battery of an electric scooter within 5 years. Then you may have more savings. That is the positive thinking of the electric scooters. But the if you have the good company scooter, that the more than 5 years we are going to have the battery life. But in the some electric scooters, it may get deteriorated within 2 to 3 years only. That requires the battery replacement within the 2 to 3 years. That also comes depending upon the which company you are choosing and quality of the battery and scooter. That also matters here. In general, we cannot say that all the electric scooter battery will run more than 5 years. We cannot say. Okay, some company batteries will be less than 5 years also. Those will be get damages. By considering that one, replacement is required. By considering that, the discussion will carry out. Okay, here the vehicle cost, it is the initial cost, we can say. The initial cost of the scooter will be 80,000 for the electric scooter with subsidy. The electric scooter will have the government subsidy that varies about the 10 to 15,000, and including that, if you take, it will be 80,000. If the that subsidy, if you consider, its cost will be same as that of the the petrol scooter also. Then general servicing, it will be very less. There is no moving parts, internal combustion engines, or there is no oil change. That's why the 5,000 will be for the 5 years and 1,000 per year it will be there. But for the petrol scooter, it will be 5,000 per year. Okay, totally for the 5 years, it will be around 30,000. Okay, around 6,000 per year. If you take this totally 30,000, it will be there. Okay, it will be 6,000 per year for the 5 years. Okay, that the cost required because the oil change is there, the maintenance of the internal combustion engine, some the other services, general servicing, all these things are required. The parts replacement, the some parts, the electric parts usually those will be required that replacement per year 3,000 if you keep, the 15,000 will be total cost and 10,000 the parts replacement. The part replacement is less for the petrol scooters. That is a 10,000 totally in the 5 years it will be 2,000 per year. The battery replacement we are going to consider the minimum cost of the battery replacement we have taken the 30,000. The battery may be the price may vary also 30 to 50,000 also. Okay, here the minimum cost we have considered the 30,000 battery replacement price also. Here for the petrol scooter there is no replacement. And next parameter comes that is after this initial cost and maintenance cost, the next parameter is the fuel cost. The fuel cost, very important parameter. There it will be if the scooter runs 50 kilometer per day, if the around 50 kilometer per day, the cost for the 5 years it will be 10,000. Okay, that is the 2,000 per year will have 2,000 per year. The cost every day if it runs around the 50 kilometer per day. Okay, then for the this petrol scooter, it will be 1 lakh by considering again 50 kilometer per day. It will be around 1 lakh. Okay, that is almost that 10 times the cost of the this electricity. Then the total cost, if you add all these things, the total cost of ownership, we are going to get the 1,40,000 for the electric scooter and 2,20,000 for the petrol scooter or a pollution scooter. And difference here, if you take the for between the electric and the petrol scooter, we are going to have the saving around 80,000 cost savings we are going to get. And the another parameter here it is not included, that is the uh, insurance. The insurance is around 15,000 for the this electric scooter, and for this the it will be around 5,000 the insurance will be there. That insurance will be again varies, and that parameter depends upon the that ownership whether he want to take the whole vehicle insurance or only he may take the part of the insurance. That depends, and that is not taken into consideration. Even though that if you take the consideration, even the 5 to 10,000 we can deduct from this 80,000, and around 70,000 will definitely will have the savings for this electric scooter. And the battery replacement if you consider for the 5 years in once, then we are going to have around 70,000 the cost saving by using the electricity. Then not only the cost saving, the another thing, the pollution control what it is there, it is also plays an important role in the urban areas. And by keeping in that mind the positive thing about the electric scooter we can have here, and if the as it is a vehicles and it varies from the company to company, and later onwards that may happen anything, and the cost savings as well as the other things also varies slightly. This is about the comparison between the electric scooter and the petrol or a pollution scooter what we can say. By this the explanation you may come to some conclusion that which one you can choose. This is about the cost comparison of petrol and electric bike. And also I have taken the cost comparison of the uh, petrol and electric cars, and also the comparison, all the parameters comparison of the petrol and electric cars I have taken in the some other sessions, and links for those I will give in the description. Those also you can refer and watch. Thanks for watching. If you like, share, subscribe and comment.